Light Fairytale is an episodic turn-based JRPG with a goal to represent a similar look and feel of 90s era RPGs a lot of us grew up on. While being a great looking game with a smatter of gorgeous anime cutscenes, cute chibi character artwork, and a quirky story of two best friends starting a journey together, it also feels light on the amount of places to explore, battles to fight, and mechanics to utilize. Episode 1 of this 4-part JRPG is out on Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. So let's check it out and see if this captures the glory of old school RPGs or just leaves us wanting for more. Light Fairytale Episode 1 takes place in an underground future punk city where it seems all of its inhabitants have never seen nor even heard of the open-aired planet above. You take control of Haru, a sleepy and somewhat clueless protagonist, and his childhood friend Kuroku, who not so secretly likes the aforementioned clueless Haru and also enjoys punching and kicking. The game begins with Haru waking up from a nap, having dreamed of something called the Sky, and his friend Kuroku dragging him off to a new store that has recently opened up on level 2 of their underground town. Over the course of the playthrough, you will meet some of the quirky townspeople and also the looming military force that seems to be the root of a lot of problems in this underground land. I don't want to go too far into the story details, but this first episode isn't skimping on fun character interactions and even a couple minigames which will land you some useful items including magical orbs that you won't be able to purchase. The game really encourages you to explore the areas and talk to everyone you come across. This is incentivized with usually like a trophy or an achievement for the interactions, as well as maybe an extra healing item or bonus magic item like I just mentioned. And this is where Light Fairytale shines. Talking with the NPCs is good world building and brings you further into the story of this underground world. It is, however, when you get into the battle mechanics that the game could use a little improvement, in my opinion. There are not that many battles in Episode 1, with only certain areas allowing for battles to take place, and even then only a finite amount of enemies that can be fought in each location. Every area in which a battle can take place has a percentage of enemies left marker, and when that hits 0, there are just no more enemies to be fought. This means there's only so many battles that can actually be fought in total in Episode 1. And I didn't even get my characters above level 4 before I was finished, and I'm pretty confident I actually fought every battle available to me. This lack of battles is maybe a good thing for Light Fairytale, since I found the gameplay surrounding battles to be its weakest part. The battle system is a pretty standard version of the classic turn-based JRPG system, where your basic commands are attack, guard, escape, use an item, or magic, which is called orbs in this game. Battles feel a little slow, and that combined with the small amount of battling you do in Episode 1, it didn't make me feel that those were the focal point like most RPG battle systems are. This is a bummer for me since most of my favorite RPGs have great battle mechanics like Suikoden or the Grandia series. Equipping and using the limited amount of magic orbs didn't seem very intuitive to me right away, even though it feels like a dumbed down version of the materia system a la Final Fantasy VII. Healing items and other curatives are hard to come by, and the lack of equipment choices for your party also made me not want to fight, since if I got hurt I would need to use a healing item, but I couldn't guarantee there would be more battles to earn more money to buy more healing items if I needed them for future battles. Perhaps this limitation was by design, and I just wanted to have my cake and eat it too, but I personally would have loved to have been able to fight more battles and get my character stronger, making it so I wouldn't have to worry about having enough money to buy more items and equipment. This first installment is by no means hard, but without holding on to some curing fizzles, the last boss can actually prove to be quite a handful. The game itself looks great, and I absolutely loved the anime cutscenes that were included in the beginning and at the end of each character's story. I can see some people having a hard time getting into the chibi-style characters, but that's more just a personal taste, and either you're into it or you're not. Once you're finished with Haru's story, you actually get the option to replay the story with Kuroku's perspective. Not much changes besides it's a little faster to play through, but I think this may be more padding to make the game feel longer than actually adding more to the story. Overall, Light Fairytale Episode 1 was a charming introduction to a planned 4-part JRPG, but without a little modification to the battle system and the surrounding mechanics, I don't see this entry making waves in the JRPG community. But with some light tweaks, maybe some unlimited random battle locations, and a bigger array of items and equipment combined with more of those sweet anime cutscenes, I can see future installments really hitting that classic JRPG itch that some might have. I personally am excited to see what episode 2 holds for this series, and would say it's probably worth checking out for JRPG lovers curious about this title for only about $10, which isn't too bad for its total playtime of about 4 to 6 hours across both playthroughs. If you've played like Fairytale episode 1, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below, and we will see you in another video, and until then, keep your sword sharp.